YouTube? Back here with another video, one more time, one more again. Coming at you with a major transformation video today. We're gonna be knocking off all this hair he's got on the top here. My boy's hopping on the wavy train for 2019. So he just wants that bulk knocked down and try to just start off from the bottom. He's gonna get it ragged up, brushed out, and hopefully be swimming pretty soon. Anyways, we're gonna knock down the bulk with a number 2 guard. So he wants a 1.5 all the way around, but just to ensure that I don't take off more hair than I need to, I just want to knock down the number with the number 2 so I can see what I'm working with. So I'm just working my way with the Wall 1919 100 year anniversary clippers. Got them Wall premium guards on, and we're just gonna take the hair off the top. I'm gonna drop the top for the one time. Just working my way back and forth because the hair is really thick. So it's all just stuck together. So I wasn't about to pick it out and everything. So we're just knocking it down. The 1919s are pretty strong. So there's the final product. So what we're doing here is just smoothing out the canvas and just getting it prepared to fade. So I've just got that number 2 guard, like I said, just going back and forth. I sprayed a little spritz on it, and I'm just gonna start using my fine tooth comb and just directionalizing the hair and which area I'm gonna start cutting. I'm gonna go over it with the fine tooth comb, and then I do go over with the brush occasionally too. Just to get all the hair laid down and directionalized, because when you're going with the grain, you want to make sure all the hair is going the proper direction. That way you're not taking out more hair than you need to in different areas and just causing bald spots. So right now I got that 1.5 guard, and I'm just knocking down from doing basically what I did with the number 2 guard, but I seen what that was looking like, and so we're gonna have to drop it down a little bit more so we get it all even. So I got the 1.5. So right now I'm just knocking down the bulk before I start any of the fading. All depends on what type of haircut I'm doing or how I'm feeling that day and how the process on which I knock off bulk. Sometimes I'll do the whole fade first, and sometimes I'll knock off the bulk first. It all depends on what the mood I'm feeling for the day is. But the fade will always be the same process. And we're gonna get to that here in a second. But it's crucial to make sure that you're cutting hair in the right direction. I remember when I first started cutting black hair, I was going against the grain, which was stupid, you know, and shout out to all those people that let me cut their hair when I did not know what I was doing. But with anything, time will help you and build you and perfect your craft even more. So right now, like I said it earlier, I'm gonna go ahead and take the brush and just brush it out as well. Gonna make sure all that hair is laying down the way it needs to be. I like to go over with the coarse side, and I'll flip it over and I'll do the fine side, the softer side of the brush, and get it all laid down, looking smooth. And my client's hair here is going in multiple different directions at the bottom of the nape. A lot of it is like slanting towards the left. So you wanna make sure that when you're fading, that you are gonna be going against the grain. Now the top portion, like I said, is with the grain. So that's the part that you want to look thick and fuller, especially if you're trying to get waves. But the bottom portion is where we're gonna start our taper, our nape tape here. And you just wanna go and make sure you get that all bald. I'm using the Wall Retro T-Cuts. And then I just knock it down with a shaver underneath the Retro T-Cut guideline I had made. And then the first thing we're gonna do after that is we're gonna take our half, well, the lever is gonna be fully open, so it's kind of like a half guard. And we're just gonna go ahead and make a guideline right there. And what I'm gonna do is just gonna close the lever after I make that initial guideline, and we're just gonna start raising that hair until it blends in under that guideline. This is just a foolproof method to get your taper nice and blurry. So right here you can see that I'm using my magic clips. It's because my magic clips are 0 gap, so I get a lot closer on that bottom guideline. As you know, the 1919s don't 0 gap unless you change the lever on it. But yeah, so these magic clips, they do the job too, man. You can get it nice and blurry with the magic clips. They used to be my favorite clipper until I got my Wall cordless seniors, and then after that it was just strictly the Wall cordless seniors. But I've been lately using the magic clips a lot more. I don't know why, that's just been the go-to clipper lately. But right here we're just making sure we get that all blended, nice and blurry, nice and buttery. As you can see, I'm flipping that blade around, using every bit of my clipper, using the corners, and just going against the grain in every direction. Like I said, my client's hair is growing in different directions, so you gotta make sure you're always going against the grain, making sure everything is even. So I always have that brush handy. You know, as you're cutting, the hair is constantly moving, so you want to make sure that all the hair is constantly directionalized down. So you're going to constantly be brushing the hair as you're doing your fade. So now we got that half guard on. So we had got the half guard and fully opened the lever, and I made another guideline. And now I have the lever closed, and I'm just playing with the lever and just getting that fade underneath the guideline knocked out and getting it blended. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my half guard and throw that on the walls, and we're just gonna start raising that guideline. You know, usually I'll open the lever, make another guideline, and then fade underneath it. But this time, I just got the half guard on, and I'm just gonna just start opening the lever slowly and just raising the fade up. With the tapers, this is a method I use sometimes, not all the time, but it's been working for me lately. I just kind of been switching up the way that I cut hair lately. I don't know, it naturally happened. It wasn't something I was planning or anything, but that's what we're doing here with the half guard. We're just raising up that fade. So once you get that once you get that lever fully open, you're gonna be at almost a 1. So the top of the hair was a 1.5. So basically you're fading into that 1.5. So that's what we're doing. And now I got that 1 guard on, and we're just gonna do what we did with the half guard. Just play with the lever, slowly open it, and just get that hair nice and faded. And you wanna make sure on any dark spots or spots that you see a lot of bulk that you're using your corners to get that knocked out. Constantly rebrushing the hair. I can't stress that enough. With any fade, you know, you want to make sure that hair is properly directionalized. Honestly, I was so surprised when my client came in and was gonna take off all the bulk he had on the top. But I love doing haircuts like this. I love doing major transformation haircuts. You know, when somebody comes in is changing up their style or cutting a lot of hair off, it's a fun thing to do. But anyways, right now I got the slim lines, the original slim lines, and we're going to make that edge up nice and crispy on the neck right there. And these slim lines, they are 0 gap, so they get pretty close. Everything is super crispy with these, but when you have 0 gap clippers, you want to make sure that you're very careful on the temple area and in the neckline, because you can cut people up pretty easily if you're heavy-handed. So you want to just be tapping lightly and getting the hair knocked out. So once you do that, when you do it on the opposite side as well, they are some heavy hitters, and these are just the original slim lines. They do some work. But after I get that edge up done with the slim lines, I always take the shaver and make sure I balled out on the side of where I did the edge up to make sure that it's just nice and smooth. You know, you want that haircut to pop, so you want to knock off any fuzz that's on the neckline. But here we're gonna make our initial guideline. I'm just using the retro T-cuts. We're just gonna make that first guideline. I like to take the taper on the temple area just a little bit high. That's just something personally that I like to do. And then we're gonna take that shaver and just knock out underneath that retro T-cut area. So right now I got the wall seniors, and we got that half guard on, and then we're just making that first guideline. Now I'm gonna grab my magic clips again, fully closed, levers fully closed, and we're just gonna start raising up that guideline that's underneath, and we're just gonna start fading it up. Always brushing the hair, constantly brushing the hair. As you can see, I'm just playing with the lever and make sure I get all those areas that are dark all knocked out. Everything just nice and blurry, nice and buttery. That's what we want for our fades. Now, after I do this, I have that half guard on there, and I'm just slowly taking that fade up. Like I said, usually I follow the same process, but with this haircut and a lot of haircuts lately, I've just been kind of just doing things different. I don't know what it is, but it's just been naturally what I've been doing lately. So I'm just using the corner of the blade and just knocking out any bit of the dark spots we have here. And it's coming out. It's coming out pretty blurry. So now we got that 1 guard on, and we're gonna just start off with the lever closed and just start raising up that fade. Hopefully my client stays consistent with the rag and with the brush, and he's gonna be dipping in 2019. That boy gonna be wavy if he just sticks to what he needs to do. You know, getting waves is, I know for a fact, because I have a lot of friends that have waves, and that takes some dedication, a lot of dedication and discipline to constantly rebrushing your hair. Now with this portion of the haircut, I'm using the corner of my blade, and I'm just knocking out any bit of bulk that I see, just brushing down, knocking out the bulk, brushing down, knocking out the bulk. And I'm just using the corners just to make sure everything comes together the way I want it to come together, nice and smooth, nice and buttery. And just going with the grain with that 1 guard and just making sure it looks smooth. You don't want no heavy lines in your haircuts in your fade. You don't want to give nobody no chili bowl or nothing like that. But anyway, I did throw the half guard on right there, and I had the lever fully open, and I was just making sure that everything just was blended and the fade just transitioned well. Now we're gonna grab the slim lines and we're gonna edge up around the ear, just get it nice and crispy. what you're looking for is a smooth transition every time. After I do the slimline, like I said, I take the shaver and I just make sure I get out any fuzz, any lingering hair that may be there, just get it all knocked out. And you want a nice circular shape around the ear, and that's what we're doing right here. Now this side of the haircut, I'm gonna speed it up a little bit. Same exact steps from the other side, same concept. Just wanna make sure that everything is nice and blended. But I'm gonna let this play, but in the meantime, just wanna announce to all of my subscribers that I will be going to Afghanistan here tomorrow. I'm gonna be heading to Dubai on a flight from Houston, and from Dubai to Afghanistan. And I will be out of the barber game for about 6 months. So it's gonna be an interesting time. I'm gonna be going as a civilian contractor for the military. I was prior service in the Air Force for 5 years, so I'll be doing my old job as a civilian. So it'll be a different time. I haven't been around that area of expertise in a while, but that's where I'm gonna be headed. I'm not sure how the internet is in Afghanistan, so this may be the last video that I upload for a good little bit. I hope that's not the case, and I hope that things have progressed there since I was there in 2012. Internet was extremely slow. It was very, very slow. Upload times and streaming anything was very difficult. But hopefully it's 2018. But it's 2019. Hopefully there have been some technological advances, and that I have a decent Wi-Fi signal to actually put up YouTube videos still. Hopefully I have clients out there that I could get, and be throwing them some free haircuts or something. And yeah, I just hope that I have people to cut so my hands don't get rusty while I'm out the game for a little bit. But if all else fails, I'm pretty sure when I get back, that muscle memory will take into effect, and I'll just hop back right in like I never left. But right now we're taking the spritz and we're just brushing the hair down. We're gonna get the front area of the haircut prepared for the edge up. So that's what I'm gonna be doing next. Got these slim lines back on there, which is gonna make that edge up nice and crispy. That's one of my things, man. I love doing edge ups. That's one of the favorite parts of my haircut, because I feel like it just ties the entire haircut together. It's like the icing on top of the cake, so to speak. So I just make sure that it's all nice and crispy. The spritz helps hold the hair in place, so that way you can get a good clean cut. It also hardens the hair as well, makes it all stay together, packed tightly, so that way you can get a nice crisp line when you're edging up. So if you're not using spritz for your edge up, maybe you want to start incorporating that into your routine. That it really helps out a lot. You want to make sure that you just constantly directionalize the hair. That way you're cutting everything evenly, everything can be straight. So that's what we're doing right here. Now I'm gonna go ahead and get my shears, and I'm just gonna start taking off those little flyaway hairs at the front that are kind of too long or overhanging, and just get them knocked out. Now I got the 245 razor cartridge, and doing the edge up, making it nice and crispy. I finish every haircut up with the straight razor, and that right there is the icing on top of the icing on the cake. Yeah, that just, that's something that I have to have on my edge up, and a lot of clients feel the same way. So that's something that I provide with every haircut, no questions asked. So yeah, this is pretty much gonna sum it up for the video. I really enjoyed doing this haircut. Like I said, major transformation haircuts are just like the best thing for me. I love doing them. They make me excited about cutting hair. I mean, I'm already excited about cutting hair, but they just, they go over the top for me, and I love doing those. But shout out to my client for wanting to knock it all off and hop on that wavy train for 2019. I hope he sticks to it, and I hope he's swimming when I get back. So there it is right there. There's a transformation right there. Nice and blurry, nice and buttery. I appreciate you for watching this YouTube video. I appreciate you for being subscribed to the channel. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, smash that like button. Follow me on Instagram at jblends_, and just keep up with me on this journey that I'm on. I'll be trying to upload in some type of social media or YouTube if I can, if I have the internet connection out there. But appreciate you for watching. Peace.